Yeah, clarity was provided. People were called out on their shit. Some people were accountable and others weren't. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. I am your girl Talisa Ray, White Style Coach. We are reviewing Ready to Love season number 3, episode number 5. The tea is getting good. Listen, the tea was good last episode, okay? And it's just spilling over now. It's still hot. Like, we trying to blow, and it's not. I'm sorry, there won't be any photos this time because of the simple fact that Bondi Blue Honey was red flagged about the picture she was putting up. And what we ain't gonna do is play that game and have to take my video down or get some copyright infringements. All right? Okay, so we know that the ladies are about to be eliminated. We also know that it was some shenanigans going on the last episode. When we start this episode, we see Alex and Brian, and they are working out, doing a little jump roping together. Yeah, okay, y'all like couples goals, I'm sure, but no, because he's really, anyway. Chris comes walking up because he's going to go work out. He's going to work on the elliptical machine, and he asks Brian about his date with Alicia. Honey, Brian just skipped right over the question and what he asked and started talking about how he stopped by Alexis's, she not Alexis, her name is Alex, stopped by Alex's room to see her. She was like, I was all in my bonnet and blah blah blah. You know, Chris was like, hey, you was probably cute. I like how you just peruse right on over that, Brian. I mean, at that point I was like, this says something about his character. His boy asked him, and even Alex was like, I wanted to know how it went too. He didn't say nothing though, did he? Comes to bite him in the ass in the end. So the conversation with Rashid and Denise happened. I like that Rashid was like, hey, yo, girl, I need to holler at you. And let's go over here to secluded bench over here. And let's sit down and let's converse. Let's talk about what you've been saying about me that I don't really appreciate. It's like an assassination of my character. Y'all know I be adding stuff, right? Add and lib. But this is essentially what was said. You know, and he said, I didn't like that you were like, you know, I was a narcissist because of certain, you know, characteristics or traits that I have, right? And she was like, well, let me just go ahead and apologize on behalf of Adriana. I was like, hold up, swole up. First off, you cannot apologize on behalf of anybody. And then your logic behind it was, you know, I didn't been around and, you know, so she may not understand what I meant. She may not have enough experience. Oh, because you 39 and she 31. Ain't she 31? You ain't enough experience? I don't think so, Denise. That's not cool. I don't appreciate that. You cannot apologize on somebody else's behalf. And then you had the nerve to kind of be like, kind of justify, well, I didn't necessarily call you a narcissist. I said you had narcissistic traits. Baby, you're still calling him a narcissist. That's like, you know, oh, I'm sorry. Most people be like, oh, you acting like a bitch. I'm not calling you a bitch, but you acting like a narcissist. I'm not calling you a narcissist. Okay, potato, potato, child. And then what made it worse was that you didn't even take accountability except for to say, you know, I understand that that's my own thing, you know, didn't apologize to him because the man came humbly and talked to you like an adult and was very understanding and was willing to hear what you had to say. He wanted you to see things his way. See him for who he is in the light that he is in. You know, I like that he was like, you know, I take pride and I value my character and my integrity. You know, and I just was like, she just didn't own her shit. She just didn't own her shit. She didn't apologize for the assumption. She didn't apologize because he was feeling some type of way. She didn't say, I'm sorry you felt that way. I didn't mean for you to find out. Or what? She didn't say nothing except for, well, it is what it is. Denise, it's not a good look. That's not a good look. So then we see Edwin and Naya, and you know, Naya's making Edwin a little plate, doing her whole little lady kind of thing. And I actually like her hair better short. I like she looks more attractive to me with her shortcut versus that little bob. It didn't do anything for her face, and I think we can actually see all of her features. Well, I like her and Edwin sitting there having a conversation, and Edwin seems to like her style too. They seem to have connected on a certain level. He talks about, you know, something that his mom gave him. Like, I kind of dozed off because I realized maybe he is a bit of a talker, not much of a listener. Maybe when I say talker, I mean like a rambler, but I need to see more of him with people before I can make that call on my own, right? And she opened up about her 4 miscarriages and her heartbreaks and the loss of her mother and her grandmother within 2 months, and just was like open and was like, and going through all of that made me who I am, and I'm ready to love, and I want somebody to be with me and to be in this with me. That was attractive to him too. Like, I thought, okay, girl, come on and tell your truth and be open and honest. You know, she ain't say nothing about wanting to have kids, but she did talk about all the trauma behind wanting them with the 4 miscarriages. So now you can understand, well, we knew that before, but now you can really hear and understand why she wants to have like a family, you know? Okay, so here's where things start getting, you know, yeah, like that. So we see Alicia, Winter, Chris, Joy, Anthony, and messy ass Shay sitting together on the couch. Alicia shares with the group the situation that happened with Brian. If you don't remember, let me jog your memory a bit. They went on a date. He walked her to the room. She invited him back to watch movies, you know, and then left, went to see Alex, and come to find out, of course, he never went back to her room, okay? And she's feeling some kind of way behind it, and she's sharing that information with people. She didn't go directly to Brian first, which I have a problem with, but she's sharing it. She then poses the question to Chris, like, hey Chris, so I mean, if you didn't like somebody, what would you do? Chris was like stunned, because you are between a rock and a hard place, honestly. You know, I want you to like me, but I don't know how to tell you I don't want to come to your room, right? No. You see how I switched that up? Because it's a no for me. You're an adult, you know what you're doing, and you should have said, you know what, I had such a good time, let's leave things as they are and we'll have another date. That would be the adult thing to do. And you heard Anthony say, he would have said, yo, no, this isn't what I want to do. This isn't it. No, if I'm not feeling you, if I don't like you, if that's not what I want to do, if it's too soon, I'm going to say no. That's what grown men do. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, especially the fellas. KG in his confessional kind of said, you know what, he owned that fuckboy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have been honest, and it's not a good look. Like, he thought, you know, Brian, we supposed to be past this. Brian. Which one of y'all said Brian was an F-boy? Which one of y'all? It was one of y'all in the comments said you didn't like Brian and he still gave you F-boy vibes. Especially with him having that 3-year-old, especially with us hearing that he has a baby on the way. Like, y'all still was like, he giving me F-boy vibes. Who was it? Let me know. Raise your hand right now. Let me see. Okay, in the comments. And then Joy takes it upon herself to share with the group the situation with Simone. Like, was this the right time and place? Of course, Winter is there. I think that Winter should have known. I just don't think that it should have been shared with everybody. Like, I'm huge on that, because you don't know which way things are gonna go. A lot of times the producers are setting shit up for it to be messy, messy, ghetto messy, but instead it's messy, classy messy. Is that a thing? If you don't remember what was said or what happened, Simone saw Jay go into Winter's room without a shirt and came and confronted Jay while he was sitting with Joy. So I saw you go into Winter's room half naked, you know. So Winter is taken aback. She's feeling some kind of way, and she lets it be known, like, he wasn't even in my room but for 3 minutes. And I don't like it. And I need to have a conversation with Simone, because I don't like it, and I thought we were in a different place than this. Hello. I wrote down, Shay is messy and Anthony caught it. Shay said, well, Simone likes him too, so maybe she's trying to draw a wedge between them and move them out the way. Messy. messy, because we all understand where we are in this situation. At least I do. At least Joy does. At least Winter does. At least Jay does. Seems like Calfani does. Like, everybody knows we're still getting to know each other and we're trying to build connections. So of course I'm gonna talk to as many women as I can. If I was on there, y'all probably be like, Talisa, slow down, because I'm gonna have to talk to everybody to see who I like for real. Like, hey, I'm Talisa, how you doing? Well, we already know I'm not walking up to nobody. We already discovered that. I already told y'all that last time. I ain't walking up to nobody, but as they came and approached me for whatever reason it was, I would have engaged in a conversation with all these men. I'm gonna keep it a band. Even the ones that I probably would not have been attracted to, they would have been like, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. They don't call me honeybee for nothing. Oh, y'all didn't know that. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. Let's keep going. Joy and Winter find Simone shooting pool with Brian. Okay, the two people in the hot seat about their behavior. And said, you know, I see you're playing a game, but when you're finished, can you come and have a conversation with us? So, you know, that alone, I'm all like, when anybody says, can we talk to you for a minute over here? You know there's an issue. And you know that what you said in front of Joy. So she should have been gearing herself up for that. So they get there, they sit down, and you know, Winter's like, well, let's put her in the middle so we don't feel like, it doesn't feel like we're ganging up on her. Okay, look at Winter being strategic about how the conversation goes. I wrote down, can I just say how I loved Winter's approach, how she addressed the situation. And she was like, you know, I heard what you said. I heard the conversation, heard what happened and how you walked up and, you know, confronted Jay about our time together. And it was like 2 minutes, okay, 2-3 minutes, same thing. And I thought we were good. I thought you were my people. I thought we were friends. I thought we were growing into like a friendship or a sisterhood. Like, I thought we connected. She also let her know, like, you know, the conversation made me look like I was in a negative light. And also Joy was looking at Winter like, what the fuck? You know, Joy didn't say that last episode, but she let it be known, like, I was looking at you differently and I was looking at Winter differently. And it was a real grown-up conversation. And listen, though Simone be pissing me off, she always does things to bring me back on her team. The fact that she took accountability for her actions and said, you know, it was probably my own shit. You know, I was a little insecure and my delivery was incorrect. I should not have said it the way I said it. It was me probably, you know, her being a little messy. She took accountability for that shit, y'all. Not a lot of women are going to be able to do that. Not a lot of women are going to be able to stand in that and be like, I was jealous. I felt away. That means I'm growing and I'm healing if I could say I felt away. Are you honest with yourself when you feel away? Because I know that I'm honest with myself if I'm feeling away, and I check that shit. Like, I'd be like, okay, so why are you feeling threatened? Winter went on to say, you know what, because of course Simone apologized. Winter went on to say, you know, I'm hurt by it. I thought we were better than that. I thought we, you know, were sisters, were friends. I thought we had something else. And next thing you know, you got Simone is crying. Talking about, hold on a second, let me get myself together. Joy starts crying. Winter's holding tears back. They having like a whole little kumbaya moment about their relationship. So in Simone's confessional, she had a real moment with us where she said, you know, that part of her is envious of Joy and Winter because they can be so dainty and cute, or they are so dainty and cute, pretty and soft. And honestly, and the thing is, she's saying, I don't know how to do that. I am assertive. I am powerful. I stand in that independence and that strength. Not that these women don't. They just do it in a more softer, demure way than even me. I understood what she was saying 100%. I intimidate men with all this confidence and this glory. And I really try to pull it back. And then I'm all like, for what? You're going to get all of this, okay? I'm going to stand in all this and take up all the space. I'm going to take up all the space. But I'm gonna be who I am. Now, she might be a little forward and aggressive and an interrogator and a little messy, but what she needs to learn how to do is just stand in who she is. Brilliant, beautiful, assertive, you know what I'm saying? successful. Stand in that light. The men that are for you are for you. Simone also says, you know, I think it was an immature response. It was an immature response, and I have room to grow. I need to mature a bit. And how am I ready to love if I am not that? She also said something about if she can't be perfect in her confessional. And I just want to say, Simone, if you happen to walk across this, honey, nobody is perfect. We all have our shit to deal with. The difference is yours is on national TV for everybody to see. We all got our own shit. Nobody is perfect. Nobody. Love your imperfections. Figure out how to fix the things that you can. Embrace the things that you can't. The fuck? Winter accepts her apology. I was nervous. I thought, oh, is she not going to accept her apology? Lord have mercy on my soul. But I'm glad that she did. And I wrote down they'll probably have some type of real friendship and connection. They'll forgive Simone eventually. Joy and Winter will have a relationship outside of this experiment that's happening. Then we see Chris talking to Brian, and he pretty much tells him, like, you wrong. And you need to fix it because this is a problem. Chris is trying to help him understand where he went wrong, where he should have just went back and said, you know, hey, I don't want to do this, or I can't do this, or whatever, that he should not have ghosted her. And Brian's old immature ass talking about, well, I didn't ghost her, I zombied her. The fuck? You full of shit because you didn't like her. And Alicia should have took heed the first time and not went a second time to be dissed and dismissed. So Shay is over there stirring the pot, okay? Just adding all kind of shit that don't mix. Talking to Alex, Adriana, and Simone, and Alicia walks up. You know, she's telling the story about what happened. It's not her story to tell, but she's sharing it with Alex, who was, you know, an unknowing party, unaware of what was happening, and saying, well, you know, I was over to Alicia's room when Brian came over and we heard, and he was supposed to come back. Like, I was like, you wasn't really here for love. You was really here for what you doing. And if that's what you getting paid for, baby, make your money, because you are exceeding their expectations with the way you was putting salt in everything. So Alicia decides, you know what, let me pull let me pull Alex to the side and have a conversation. And she pretty much tells him, you know, tells her, I didn't appreciate it. It was sagacious. It was, you know, it wasn't right. And it had Alex thinking, well, if he could do that to her, that's part of his character. He can easily do that to me. I'm so glad that your eyes are open, child, because he is giving me sort of a little manipulative vibes, especially because you have a connection. Alicia's like, well, he's over there talking, and you see him talking to Chris and Rashid, and Rashid's like, let me know how that turns out, because that's the silliest shit ever. And so she says, well, can you get him to come over, honey? And when Alex goes over there, there's something in her voice, like, Alicia wants to talk to you. Like, there's a little bit of like, in her voice that tells us she's disgusted with him. Well, when they get over there, when he gets over to Alicia, okay, Alicia lets him know that he hurt her feelings. Listen, own that shit. You hurt my feelings. Not only did you hurt my feelings, I might be a little bit embarrassed because now I'm sharing this with everybody. You got me out here looking stupid. I didn't clean my room and got my shit together so that you can come cuddle and watch movies with me. Then he goes on to say to her, at this moment, I wasn't really ready to make that statement. So if you weren't ready to make that statement, Brian, then you should not have agreed to going back to her room. And you should have manned up earlier and said, listen, we had a great time. You know, I'm feeling Alex too, and I'm not quite ready to make the statement by cuddling with you. You know, can we just have another date? I'm sure Alicia would have respected that and still liked you. And it would have been what it was. He says he didn't know how to tell her, like, are you grown or not? Like, what? You didn't know how to, what? Who and why don't you know how to articulate and communicate your needs, wants, dislikes, desires? You know, tells me that you won't know how to communicate in a relationship. I like that she said, you know, I need to let you know that I can't pursue you anymore. There's that. Then we see Joy and Jay. Joy sits with Jay and tells Jay about the conversation that Winter and her had with Simone, and that, you know, she was really just stirring the pot. Her, as in Simone, was stirring the pot. And I was like, oh. I don't know how I feel about her sharing that. Like, they had an authentic, vulnerable moment together where Simone had the ability to be honest and say, my insecurities were showing, right? And that's huge. And so I'm not really sure how I feel about Joy going back and telling Jay that, you know, she said that she pretty much was being messy because of her insecurities. She could have just said, we had a conversation and, you know, Simone apologized. I don't know. Y'all tell me how you feel about the delivery. I really don't know, because it's almost like she threw her under the bus with Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, well, my turn. I mean, she was sharing information, but I think it just went a little too far. Like, she could have just said, well, we had a conversation. We cleared the air. She apologized to both me and Winter, you know, and I'm glad that we cleaned that up. Boom. Like, you didn't have to say, like, she was being messy or she was stirring the pot or her insecurities was showing, got the best. Child, I don't know. That's just me. I need y'all. Tell me. I need y'all. Okay? We see Shay having a conversation with Rashid. All I wrote was, girl, bye. Like, and is she always drunk? She always seems like she been drinking. Like, the whole time she been there, all she been doing is throwing back champagne. It's just the way, maybe it's just the way her voice sounds to me. But she gives me, like, I've been drinking all day, all night. She goes on to do the same thing, kind of, but not call him a narcissist, as Denise. Kappas are pretty boys. I messed with a Kappa before, and he was the devil. And I was just like, and then she was doing, well, I don't know what kind of twerking she was doing, turned around, like, and KG was like, you know, that's Chris, was like, you know what? Bring it down, just be a little sexy, like, you too over the top. And detrimental. When they asked Rashid about her in the confessional, he has no words. So that's a big deal. Him having no words, unable to describe who she is or how she acts, and his thoughts and opinions of her, it's not a good look. We see Winter and Jay said to her, you know, this was not about us, right? This wasn't about us, but it had nothing to do with us, but it was about us. There it is. And he went to say on to her, you know what? I see your strength. I saw it from the first day I saw you. Your peace. It's like you are complete and are here and ready to find love. You don't need a man to complete you. And that is a compliment. Even though I still feel like he does like her, but I feel like he likes Joy just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Like, he's attracted to her, but he's got something else going on with Joy. You know what I mean? Like, and so I want Winter to start exploring her other options as well. I don't remember who else she said she liked, but baby, I need her to go and figure it out, because I feel like he likes her. He does, but Joy is his number one. Like, if we were here, like, okay, if this is the scale of how he likes them, this would be Joy, right? So I wanted to go talk to somebody else. I do go now. Then, honey, she speaks all kinds of life into him. And I'm gonna be honest, as a woman that speaks life into men, it sometimes scares them. Like, they don't know how to receive the fact that I see you, that I watch you, that I'm watching your character, you know, I'm checking you out, and that my third eye is open and I can read stuff. And the things that she said, though, were so complimentary to him that he might be a little afraid of her. Let me say, especially if he's not being authentic about his feelings and he feels more of a way for Joy, it might be a little scary for her to say to him, you don't have to have control of a situation. You can walk into a room and your presence has the control, that you have a quiet strength about you, honey. And he does. It's very quiet, it's very subtle, but you walk into a room and you can command a room without opening your mouth. It's very sexy to most of us as women, right? She said, I see the king in you. that quiet strength speaks for you. You know, and he's all like, oh, you're observing, you really be watching. Well, what's she supposed to do? Is she not supposed to watch you? Is she not supposed to be mindful? Is she not to be supposed to see what's happening with you and choose who she likes accordingly? I think she's doing well for herself, but except for now we need to go and talk to somebody else. We see Calfani and Adriana, and he likes her smile and how tall she is. He likes tall women because you see Denise is tall as well. And he likes the way she looks at him. Find you a girl that looks at you like la la la. He makes her feel girlish, you know what I'm saying? And certain kind of feeling different than Rashid. What did she say? She also said something about like a safe, giddy, safe, kind of girlish. She asks him what his love language is, and he says it's quality time. When he asks her, hers, she doesn't know what it's called. She says, showing me. What she meant was, after we listened a little longer, was acts of service. Okay, do you know your love language? Because you can't be going and asking nobody about their love language and you don't know your own. Okay, I know what mine is. I like acts of service and quality time. Okay, I'm not big on physical touch, but physical touch isn't high up there, but baby, I do need physical touch. It comes in that quality time, okay? So I'm asking, do you know your love language? If you do, let me know what it is down below in the comments. So it's elimination time. We got Tommy talking to the men in the tavern, and he asked them, who you feeling? Real quick. Jay says joy and winter. Joy is a vibe. Winter is a nurturer, gives more nurturing vibes. Anthony is feeling Denise and winter. I ain't seen Anthony talk to nobody though, so I need to, except for on day one, I need to see him, right? We see Rashid says Adriana and no one else. Brian, Alex, and no one else. Calfani says Denise and Adriana. He also spoke up about Denise's jealousy and how it was just too early for that to be happening. We're all still getting to know each other, and he was taken aback by it. Chris has only got Naya. Edwin says with his fine ass, Naya and Joy. And you should have seen how Chris looked at him when he was like, Naya, you know, yeah, we had breakfast the other day. And when he said Joy, and Jay was like, what the fuck? I thought that was funny. And then it was, who are you feeling and who are you not feeling and why? And Anthony was Shay, not connecting. Edwin and Rashid agreed about Shay. Jay said Simone because of her situation, her insecurities. And Tommy said, so that just disqualifies her. Rashid said Denise because of the whole narcissistic vibe kind of thing. Oh, and then Tommy brought up the whole, you know, the black community needs to get over this whole light skin, dark skin colorism thing. Like this is an issue within our own community. Don't we have enough to fight outside of our community? I'm in agreement with him. Somehow we have to nix that whole light skin, dark skin thing. Period. Whatever all that shit is and how it got instilled in us, you know, we ain't choose to be light skinned. Okay, that just is how it happened. It's how it happened, and you know, it's just how it happened. Chris says Alicia because, you know, Alicia dissed him day one like you ain't my type, which I think was a mistake on her part. And then Brian says Alicia, and Tommy said, so she ain't do shit to you. You the one ghosted her. You the one, but now you want to put her on the bottom. He's like, you in here playing games with me. You want to put her on the bottom? So Chris has the task of telling Alicia that she has to go. She seemed to take it fine. You know, she said, and kind of was like, I got, you know, I put all y'all in the homie vibe, or we were all homies or some shit anyway. But in this moment is when I knew she should have chose Chris. Just tried to see what he was talking about, because Chris is attracted to her. He likes all her curves. He thinks that she's gorgeous. He is pumping her up, helps her take off her shoes, says, you know, I hate to see you leave, but I'd like to watch you go walk away, or whatever that corny ass shit is that they say. And she is very curvaceous, and she should have gave him a shot, and she says it in her confessional that she's gonna start trying to get outside her box. outside the box. But I got body, personality, and a head full of natural hair. I said, every time I want you to win, every time I'm out here rooting for you, you come with this shallow shit. Every time, Alicia, every time I'm out here like, yeah, the girl is confident, da da da. You come back shallow as fuck. Alicia, Denise, and Shay are all at the bottom. We did not call Alicia really, right? Some of us did say, but we all said Shay. Every time you turned around, somebody was saying, Shay needs to go, Shay needs to go, Shay needs to go, Shay needs to go with her messy ass. She needs to go. Calfani had the task of speaking with Denise, and at the end, he said, I was stunned at how well she received it. I thought that she was going to be defensive. I think that we all thought that she was going to be defensive. I also wrote down, Calfani does something to Denise. Do you see that whenever she's around him, she kind of tones down a lot? She kind of just becomes a softer side of her. Like, he brings that out of her. You don't see her with him as her stronger masculine side, because we all have the duality of masculine and femininity and have to find a balance. So you don't see her more masculine side with him. You see the softer, sweeter, more loving, more nurturing side of her with Calfani. Somebody else has said that in the comments below a couple weeks ago about her and Calfani. He brought up her jealousy and the whole narcissistic thing with the light skin, but ultimately she got to stay. Edwin told Shay she was out. I ain't writing nothing else because I don't give a damn about her, because she seemed like she was drunk right there to me too. The day after the elimination, you see Joy, Winter, Denise, Rashid, and Brian talking, and Denise says, you know what, I need to be more vulnerable. And Joy's like, you have to be grounded for this process. You see Adriana, Simone, and Alex together, and Adriana is a little disappointed that Denise gets to stay, right? She was on a campaign to get rid of Denise, but she gets to stay, and, you know, they both feel Calfani, and she said, you know, I kind of feel like I should pull up a little bit. And Alex says, why? It does a disservice to you. Absolutely. Nobody has full claim on nobody. Now, I liked that Denise and Anthony decided to go hang out. And when I saw her, all I wrote down first was, oh my God, that woman is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Denise, you're beautiful. Honey, stand in that beauty, because baby, let me tell you, gorgeous. And they play croquet. And you can see that Anthony likes her, and you can see they have like this kind of, you know, flirtatious, school girl and boy kind of play together, laugh together, cute. There's definitely something there that she needs to consider exploring. And they make a bet. Whoever loses has to skinny dip in the pool. Denise loses, honey, and gets down to her skivvies and her little G-string, body for the gods, and dives in. He dives in after her with his underwear on. But you know, it's a little uncomfortable. If you look on the side of the pool, you'll see that Denise is shocked that he jumped in the water, because remember, she don't have nothing on her top part, and here he comes. Like, that ain't it. The ladies are in the lounge, and power is now back in the hands of the ladies. 2 men will be eliminated next. They are responsible. They were tasked with finding out if it's real or if it's infatuation. Do you like him for real, or are you just doing something because you bored? Tommy says, listen, your friends are here. They're going to help you find out if these men are for you, if they like you. And I'm thinking to myself, isn't it too soon for the friends to be here? Like, and one thing I know for sure, 2 things for certain, your friends are gonna ask the questions. If that's what is meant to be done, they put them on the spot. They're gonna get you all the way together, like Denise said. That they can tell if you like them or not, and if they like you, and if you wasting your time, or if you should move on. Your friends are gonna ask questions that you might quite possibly be afraid to ask, because you like him, and you like, if I ask and he says the wrong thing, what happens then? Your friends are gonna do it, okay? They're gonna do it. Do it good, Okay. Ooh, wrong song. We get snippets of the next episode, and baby, let me tell you, the kiss that Naya has with Edwin was not a grandma peck. I cannot wait to see. And then I cannot wait to see how that conversation about the mortgage happens, because that alone is worthy of a live, but I need to wait to see what they are saying, okay? And maybe we'll go live this Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me know down below in the comments if that is something that you are interested in. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love Season 3, Episode number 5. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Where do you think we are now? What's happening? Is Denise going to change her tune now that she's been on the bottom and humbled? Like what? They wasn't feeling me? The dudes didn't like me? Like what? They didn't like none of the stuff, but they saved me because of Calfani? Like, I need to fix that because of Calfani and Anthony. You know, what about Brian? How is he going to move now? Is Alex going to be in? Winter, is she going to get with Jay? Is she going to try and see what's up with Calfani or Edwin or somebody other than Jay, because he's all in the joy? Y'all, I feel like I'm talking about like a soap opera or something, the way I'm coming with the questions at the end. Listen, if it's your first time visiting my channel, you should definitely click that subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine. Be part of my family, honey. We's lit up in here. I love y'all. I'll be trying to reply to everybody's comments. It'll be taking me a while, but I do. Click the notification bell and so that you're alerted of when I upload new videos. Click the like button because you like me, as well as share it and share it and share it with your friends, with your people, so they can see what's up and what we talking about. Y'all know y'all be having full-on conversations about Ready to Love. Know that I love you in real life, and I want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.